What is good, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It's your boy Foxy. Welcome back to the Fox's Den. Getting into another reaction, and it's been a minute, man. We had a little break. Happy New Year. I hope you guys had an amazing time for New Year's Eve and into the new year, 2023. It's fresh, baby. We're starting off fresh. Everything that I've been doing so far, I'm just gonna keep doing. I've already kind of really established my goals in the second half of 2022. Started this reaction channel at the beginning of 2022, but didn't really start getting serious and more consistent about it until, you know, halfway through it. And that was mainly because I was in the middle of moving and stuff and, you know, whatnot. But still, I got way more serious and actually, you know, fucking started really focusing in on it. You know, I got moved and everything and really, you know, trying to do something about it instead of just thinking about it all the time. I actually started acting out on it and actually producing the content that I'm enjoying making, and I'm so happy that some of y'all so far are enjoying it as well. And then some of my other goals, just like keep working out. You know, I started working out again and back in July. Been a little bit more off and on these past probably 2 months, honestly. You know, obviously because it's been the holidays and whatnot, but all that shit is over. All the holidays have already passed. I had a wonderful time. I hope you guys did as well. I've had an extended little break for the past couple days in terms of uploading content on this channel. Just because I've been hanging out with friends, enjoyed the night for New Year's Eve, got pretty trashed, you know, had a good time, had a couple drinks, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's just been really fun, and it was nice to have a little break, and it actually worked out really perfect. I'm not behind on anything because we already had finished Bleach, and then we finished Chainsaw Man. And we, you know, watched every other most recent episode up until New Year's weekend, which was this past weekend, and everything in Japan was on break, including manga and everything too. But in terms of the anime, no new episodes yet. So that is this weekend, I'm assuming, for My Hero, Blue Lock, One Piece. Those are the 3 shows that we still got some more left to do. Got a whole nother core for Blue Lock and My Hero. And then, you know, One Piece is just consistent as usual, so we're still doing that. That will come back this weekend as well, I'm assuming. And then we also got some new shows coming up because it's now a new winter season. So don't worry, we ain't hitting the brakes just yet, man. You know, it looks like we get a little bit of a breather, but we're going right back into some good stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm pretty sure from what I remember, Tokyo Revengers Season 2 is getting ready to start in about 3 days. Probably going to start uploading that because that is a really good show. I've already seen the first season, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I know a lot of you guys probably do as well. And then also Vinland Saga Season 2, January 9th, 2 days, literally 2 days after Tokyo Revengers. So I'm very, very, very excited to see these new shows. Those are the top 2 that I know off the top of my head that are coming, but I know there's more. There's a lot of stuff coming, and that's just winter. We got stuff coming out in the spring, and then also coming out later into in the summer season as well, which is around the time the second core of Bleach 1,000 Year Blood War is going to start as well. So 2023 already seems like a stacked year, and I can't wait to get into it. But regardless, what we're starting with today is Fire Force, baby. We're getting into fucking episode 18. The Holy Woman's Anguish looks like what it's called. But basically where we left off at was we finished up that kind of little, I guess, like, it kind of felt like a little mini arc where we went over to this, you know, Hajime lab, trying to save this kid, Natsuko, because, you know, they were experimenting on him, and they were doing pretty harsh experiments on other kids as well in terms of pyrokinesis and Adolo bursts and stuff like that. And so Squad 8 was trying to put a stop to that and save this kid, and then also the Evangelists were trying to get their hands on this kid as well, because apparently his Adolo burst manifested while Shinra was there, turned into this kind of weird, kind of big fight. It was crazy. Kataron went off. You know how much I love Kataron. That was an amazing scene. And basically how that ended is Natsuko realized that he enjoys and he's comfortable where he's at, as long as the experiments aren't as harsh as they used to be. And Squad 8 talked to the president of Hajime about that, and they kind of worked some things out, and they figured out that Hajime apparently isn't working with the Evangelists. But I wonder how true that really is, because we remember whenever they were talking about killing Licht, they're like, oh, we'll just put an infernal insect inside of him, and that will get rid of him. So it's like, okay, they have access to these insects somehow. Is the access through the Evangelists? So are you lying to Squad 8? Or are you really the manufacturer of these infernal insects or something? Like you're above the Evangelists or something like that. I don't know. any answer that he gave Obi was very well put and made sense, honestly. Like, he was ready for anything while he was playing his little fucking mobile game too. So I'm curious if they're lying or if they really are telling the truth. But so far, it seems like Squad 8 is trusting them and going forward, and also they're going to be starting to supply Vulcan with the supplies that he needs to be able to experiment and potentially come up with a better power source in the Amaterasu that doesn't require a sacrifice, and then also maybe potentially power up the entire planet, because that's Vulcan's goal at the end of the day. So a lot of interesting stuff going on. That's pretty much where we left off, is finishing up that little Hijima investigation over at that lab and then talking to the president of the company. And so I'm very curious to where how this plays out now, what we get into for these next couple episodes, because I only got 7 left. We got 18, we're on 18 right now, and we get all the way to 24. So I'm planning on watching a couple in one succession today. So yeah, I'm just very curious how this kind of ends off on season 2, I guess, and like where we're starting to go again. Because like I said, we haven't really seen like any crazy like fights or anything from the Evangelists in a little bit. At least, I mean, we had a little scuffle with them just now, but that didn't seem like that, I don't know, exciting. And we haven't seen Show since literally the fucking like finale of season 1, so I'm curious whenever they're gonna meet up again, because Show was actually starting to realize that, like, wow, this kid's actually my brother, and like, you know, and how Maya apparently like has like control over him or something. Like, what's going on there? Like, let's get back to the real shit. Let me see some more Joker and Benny Marwin. You know what I'm saying? Let's get into it. But regardless, let's get in the episode. If you guys enjoy it, please leave a like down below, comment, and subscribe if you're new. Plenty more on the way. Let's get it. 青果店の店員が1名犠牲になったと。了解です。1人犠牲者が。On the scene. シスター、備えてください。はい。What the hell? 炎は魂の息吹。黒煙は魂の解放。灰は灰として、その魂を永遠の炎に着せ。 大王神の慈悲を得られたんですよね。はい。奥様は安らかに主の元へと。I was wondering at the beginning of this episode, she looked a little like, I don't know, flustered. She's starting to doubt like her teachings with the soul or something. That's okay. That would make sense, yeah, because we're starting to experience or find out that the Holy Soul scriptures aren't really what they're made out to be, because it's all made up by the evangelist. It's a huge distraction. That's what it is. I like how they kind of represent that in this show. Like, you can see, I mean, you could relate that to any of the religions in our actual world today. Religion can sometimes be seen as a distraction. I'm not super religious. I believe there's something out there. I'm a Christian. But I don't go to church every Sunday. I've been baptized. Like, I believe there's a God, but, like, I won't know until I get there myself. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like it's one of those things where it kind of gets in the way of things, especially if that's, like, all you rely on. Fire, that opening is growing on me. I really like it. It's catchy. Speaking of baptism, here we go. We gotta baptize all of our weapons. Yo, Shinra, relax. What is his face, dog? Oh my god, down bad. Yo, there's no way they just threw that in there. Unless I'm reading too far into it. Piece of cake. You know what I mean by cake, right? Okay, we're getting a little too far into this. Off limits upper arm. I agree. What I was gonna say before they started having that weird conversation is that was the first soundtrack that I fell in love with. I love music, so I mean, you guys know this by now. I see you, Shinra, trying to think about macking every once in a while. All right. Yeah, she's starting to doubt her her religion. She's starting to doubt what she's been taught her whole life.
輝かなりし尊き主よ、私が信じ捧げているものは一体。シスターアイリス、雑念が見えますよ。すみません。
Yeah, she actually said that. I was like, why are you gonna say that right in front of her? Oh, he's from the first.
あのカリムですら西洋教に対して迷いを抱えているようですからね。
Hey, why? I mean, come on, why wouldn't you be? You start thinking it's all fake, then, or information starts coming out that it is just a ploy by the evangelist, then, you know, you start to question your beliefs.
だが伝道者ではなく太陽と火を崇拝するのが西洋教だ。長く尊んできた太陽がある限り私の信仰が揺らぐことはない。
Okay.
信仰は危険だと。
Wouldn't that be something? All of this faith that they've had all this time is, you know, powering up the real evangelist grace, and it does the complete opposite for having faith is destroy your world.
信じる力か。
お前がやるんだよ。誰が何と言おうと浅草は和歌の町だ。誰の言葉でもない。みんな紅の言葉が男ならわかるだろう。俺は和歌を担ぐためならこんな安い命いくらでも捨てられる。
That shit was so fire, bro. I want to see some more of that, bro. Come on.
信じるものがなくなってしまったら。
お待たせしてすみません。祈りに身が入ってないと叱られてしまって。
そんな大丈夫ですよ。
私が育った修道院にいたシスターたちのお墓参りに。
すごい。こんなにひまわりが。ずいぶんギラギラですね。
It's gotta be Hibana, right? Yes.
こんなんじゃ眠れないでしょう。みんな元気ですか？シスタークレマチス、食べ過ぎはダメですよ。
Yeah, I forget about that sometimes because I mean shit. Today's January 4th. I started this show literally last year, January 1st. So it just goes to show it's taken me a while to get through this, but yeah, in the beginning of the show, a lot of stuff happened. A lot of stuff we learned about Sister Iris and Ibana, where they came from in their church and how they all like burst into flames and shit.
そんな風に見えましたか？まだまだ未熟ですね。
シスターってわかりやすいですよね。でもシスターのまっすぐなところはみんなを明るくするいいことだと思います。なんだ？司祭様。
お怪我は？
That dude that we saw that was standing next to her just turned into an infernal. God damn. Yeah, I was about to say, don't falter on your belief now. But she was looking for like confirmation and like reassurance from Shinra. That's why she asked him like, what do you think about us that believe in this? Because all this information has come out. Probably some people think of them as like, I don't know, like phony, or like why would you still believe in this if we've already figured out that it's a sham? You know, kind of like blind faith, like blind devotion. I don't know, so she's even questioning herself now.
その神は人に世界の破壊、死と苦しみを望んでいる。私たち聖職者はその教えを信じているというのなら。
I see. So she's starting to think that what they're believing in is believing in destruction of the world.
シンラさんは炎の苦しみから鎮魂を。
そう。鎮魂するしかない。少しは慣れたいと思っても慣れませんでした。でも、だからこそ、俺たち消防官にはシスターが必要です。だから、シスターも前を向いてください。シスターが太陽を、光を見ていてくれるから、俺たちは戦える。
Okay. Getting the reassurance of faith and whatnot this episode.
第八のひまわり。
That's a very pretty analogy.
アイリスは
Okay,
あやめ
alright.
ですけど。
すみません。
Don't cry.
ありがとうございます。
You are the 8th sunflower. Shinra with the Riz. Okay.
私は大丈夫です。
That was the reassurance that she needed, though. Like, look, now she's noticed, like,
今のはすごくいい祈りで
yeah,
したよ。ありがとうございます。
her prayer is reassured. It's more like it used to be. It's not as faltering as it was because you're questioning, like, what your belief and faith is really upholding to after all the info came out.
無理ですよ。
Okay.
ありました。
Did we really need that panel?
また悩みがあったら一番にシンラさんに相談しますね。
はい、喜んで。絶対に。
Why? Why do you do that to me? Why do you do that to me?
修行が完了した。
I forgot about her, bro. We haven't been talking about her for a little bit. I thought she was already a current sacrifice. Like, I was starting to, like, remember when I was talking about that before a couple episodes ago? Wasn't she? We were thinking that she's the first pillar. She's already in the Amaterasu. But then why did Shinra just? Who the fuck is this? Who the fuck is this? Okay. What I was saying is that why did Shinra look at Iris and then see, like, think of or see the first pillar? Because I thought we declared they weren't the same. I thought we already determined that they weren't the same person. Oh, this is that dude Assault that's a part of the Evangelist that got whacked by Tamaki. He's only a grudge. Oh my god, this guy. Oh my god. Yo, this is what we see in the intro. My man's just been fucking watching porn to fucking become resistant. I've overcome the female form. What the fuck is this? What is this? Oh man. What is going on? This seems like filler right now. Is this filler? Bro, what is happening, bro? Yo, no, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. This is the dumbest shit ever. This has got to be filler, right? I'm enjoying it though. This is hilarious. Oh my god. Dynamite! Yo, what the fuck?
結婚式抜けてきたの？
意外にも女相手に会話が弾んだな。実は女の扱いの天才なのかもしれない。
Here we go. You guys gotta have confidence. Don't think about it. Just go. This man's like, hey, I'm pretty good at this, bro. I'm at a loss for words. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Dude, she's unbeatable. Bro, Tamaki is gonna save the day. This is what we needed to do, bro. We just use her against the Evangelist and get everyone folded. Yo, this is I can't, bro. This is hilarious. Oh my god. This is definitely filler. They just added some bullshit in the second half of this episode. Oh my god. If they somehow wrap this back to like some real shit at the end of this episode, I'm gonna geek. I highly doubt that, but we'll see. Omae.
加減にしてよ。一体何なんだよお前。
何度やろうがこの戦いに俺の勝利はないだろう。
Okay.
好きな相手は違うのだから。いざ
The man. Imperfect. Okay. All right. What an episode. God damn. Yo. Holy shit, dude. That was fucking hilarious. Oh my god, dude. I'm gonna start crying. That shit was so fucking funny, bro. You fucking finally realize, like, I will never win this battle against someone I'm in love with. Basically. Like, what the fuck? Like, nah. Like, all the stupid training. Oh my god. That's why we see that shit in the fucking intro. I remember seeing that in that one intro. It like shows that TV screen and the like fucking whatever, the huge tits on the TV screen. Alright guys, what a fucking episode. I mean, goddamn, that was quite interesting if I do say so myself. The second half was pretty much completely filler, if I had to guess, because I don't see how that had to do with any of the actual story, but it was nonetheless hilarious. And it's the only way you would actually get me to watch filler is if you just throw it in like it's a mixed canon filler episode, you know what I'm saying? Like, if there is canon, all right, I'm watching the whole episode. That's the only way though, and I'm not disappointed. That was hilarious. That was so stupid. But let's see here. The first half of the episode, what we focused on, pretty much the actual canon stuff in this episode was anyone who the sisters or like the Lieutenant Hyoyeon, anybody who follows the Holy Soul's teachings and is very devoted to that, or like anybody that's within prayer and has studied that and has believed that pretty much their whole life, it started to question that belief and kind of falter a little bit, and wasn't full-heartedly having complete belief like they usually should, right? For this religion, because all this information came out about the Evangelists really creating the Holy Soul Temple, and the current Holy Soul Temple not even realizing it, because it's been generations now since it all happened and it was put in place. Everybody's starting to question, well, okay, well, who are we really praying to? Who are we really putting our faith in? If it's the Evangelist's grace, who wants to destroy the world, and then is that what we're praying for? Is that what we're putting our faith into? Is destruction? And so it creates this this uneasiness in this yearning for reassurance, and that's basically what Sister Iris got through Shinra being with her, because Shinra talked to Hyoyeon and he put it pretty blatantly, his faith has nothing to do with the Evangelists. His faith is strictly for the sun itself, and that is an undeniable fact within the scripture that was created. So that's how Hyoyeon's faith doesn't falter. And Shinra basically used that conversation to kind of reassure Iris a little bit, even after that one father in the graveyard turned into an infernal, and he took care of him, and Shinra asked for the prayer and everything. Shinra showed a little bit of his vulnerability to Iris and was like, listen, like, I remember Captain Obi telling me something like, you don't want to get accustomed to this job. You know what I'm saying? It's weird if you do, because it's essentially like you're, killing a person, right? This infernal was once a person turned into flames, and now you have to kill that said infernal or a person. So it's quite something to get past through your head, like, what I'm saying, mentally. It's a lot to take in. Just think about being a regular firefighter or a regular police officer in the real world. Like, you're putting yourself in situations where you could die, and you might also have to take someone's life. And then also firefighters, like if you, or being in situations like this, like there could be a situation where you could have saved somebody, but just the situation that you were in, it didn't allow you to, and then you have to go through that process of getting through that, I don't know, like that block of man, what could I have done more? Starting to question yourself, and that really has a heavy weight on your mind. So that's basically what Sister Iris was going through, and Shinra was basically saying like I've never gotten used to it, and you know what helps me get through that and actually be able to do it confidently, and take out these infernos is your prayer, and you know you being there for us and having your faith and whatnot, and so that gave her reassurance. And then he said that really pretty line that she really was fond of: "You are the 8th sunflower," basically. Because you know sunflowers always bloom towards the sun, which is very poetic, and it's a nice analogy, and that really, you know, hit her in the heart a certain way, and she was really happy with that. And now that it seemed like they have pretty much a pretty close relationship now, so right at the end, as they were heading back to Squad 8, you know, barracks, Iris was like, all right, well, you know, Shinra, you really made me feel better. If I have anything that I want to talk about, I'm going to come to you first, basically, because it seems like, you know, she's learned that she's able to confide in him, and he's pretty good with reassuring her and just being a good person. So that really made her feel comfortable. So she's going to come to him in the future if she needs to talk about anything. And Shinra was like, of course. And then right when he said that and replied, or right before he said that, I think, is when, you know, he kind of got that. I don't know if it was in a Dolo link or if he just thought back because they look similar. He thought back and saw the first pillar. Now, I don't know why they're doing that to me, because it's really starting to fuck with me. Because I thought we already determined that they're not the same person. But now it's starting to make me think like, okay, maybe there's some fuckery about to happen. You know what I'm saying? That, you know, they haven't talked about in a while, and they're about to actually start to fucking dive into more, or something. Or like, or who knows? Like, maybe like throughout these next episodes, maybe we learn more about like Iris's family or something, and maybe it's not Iris, but it's somebody that's like related to her or something. Like, who knows? Like, because I thought we already determined that they weren't the same person. But if it is, then that's fucking crazy, because I don't know why else Shinra would see the first pillar by looking at Iris. Like, I don't know, because I thought we'd already determined that like the first pillar is already in the Amaterasu and whatnot. So it's just a little confusing, and it piques my interest. So I want answers to that, and it's pretty much where we left off for the real stuff in this episode, and then we get into the second half, which is just full on like assault. Assault's like me like fucking dodging and weaving like fan service in this show, bro. Like Assault like was like trying to train himself to like, you know what I'm saying, not falter in front of titties and ass and this and that. Like, bro, that whole little filler section was hilarious. That shit was funny as fuck. So yeah, he trained as hard as he could to defeat his sworn enemy Tamaki and her panties. And it amounted to nothing. He basically learned like, there's nothing I can do, off I go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shit was hilarious, bro. That's pretty much all I gotta say on that. I mean, there's not much else to dissect in that. Like, there's not much plot involved. It was just funny little skit of filler. But yeah, wouldn't expect anything else less from Fire Force. That shit was hilarious. I'm excited to learn more, so without further ado, I think that's going to do it for this reaction. If you guys enjoyed it, please leave a like down below, comment, and subscribe if you're new. There's plenty more on the way. Let's get into episode 19. I'll see y'all there. Hopefully we get some answers and dive back down into some real stuff. That filler was hilarious, but like I said, you wouldn't have caught me if it was just a straight up filler episode. So I might actually take a look at a list and make sure I'm not getting into more. Like, I don't think there's a whole episode of filler. I wouldn't think so, but we gonna make double sure. But regardless, I'll see you on the next one. See if we can figure out the connection between Iris and the first pillar. You know what I'm saying? So let's do it. I'll see y'all there. Your boy Fox is out of here. Deuces.